Hello beautiful people, welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Oluchiimoh. On this channel I talk about cake business, personal development, I do entrepreneurship, story time, tutorials, vlogs, I share recipes as well, and you're welcome. In today's video I'm going to be sharing some cake pricing tips that you need to know as a baker, and I'm focusing on negotiation skills. This is one of the soft skills you need to have a mastery of as a cake business owner, as an entrepreneur. It's something that you need to know. And shout out to Adeshola, one of my subscribers. I'm sorry if I missed your name, but I'm going to put it on the screen, who recommended or suggested that I talk about negotiating with customers on cake pricing using a cake price list or a price list. And that's what I'll be talking about today. So if it's something you're interested in, I want to advise that you keep watching, because I'll be right back. You're welcome back. So today we're going to be talking about cake pricing tips and blending it with negotiation. How do you negotiate as a baker? Personally, I'll be sharing my own, story. I like to talk about myself. So when I started out this cake journey, when I moved from the house to my cake shop or my cake studio where I use for my office or decorating my cakes, I had to come up with the prices, because I noticed that people were stopping by, because people were coming around, stopping by, asking to know the price of my cakes, and I was having a challenge with that, not having a challenge with knowing my pricing, but having a challenge with having, them accepting this pricing. So I had to draw up a price list, put them together, 8 inches, 10 inches, 12, 14, I think, like that, and then the cake flavors, and then the sizes, things like that. So I just drew up a price list basically, but believe you me, that did not help me at all. That did not make it easier. It did not make the journey of my cake pricing easier, because people would always ask me, why is it expensive, and all of that and all of that. But over the years, now the story I just told you was back from 2016, 2017-ish, I believe. So, but now I've gone up to a point where I have a mastery of my cake pricing, at least to a great extent. And I wouldn't say I do negotiation when it comes to my pricing, but I know that during the conversations I'm able to talk, because there are other things that are involved in negotiation. Now, what are the things that you need to know if you're talking about pricing with a customer? So the first thing I do, I start off with a pleasantry. Okay, so I start off with a greeting. Like I've mentioned in one of my videos, I have an automated system in my Instagram, or on Instagram. Yes, the option is available to everybody, where you can have an automated response basically. So somebody drops a message or a certain line or a certain message or a certain sentence, and then there's an automated response. So I use that to greet them. So it starts with a pleasantry or with a greeting, welcoming them, thanking them for contacting us and wanting to do business with us. Next thing I send, there's this cake order form that I have that I usually send. That's not automated, but I usually send it there. I've stored it in my quick replies. If you know quick replies, you know what I'm talking about. And I've mentioned this before in my other video where I talked about having a cake order form. Okay, so if you don't know where this is, you can tell me. Let me see if I can do a video on how you can set this up. So quick replies that you don't have to basically respond to, or you just hit an alphabet and that message comes up and you send to your client. Okay, so I have this cake order form where I send to them. So after the pleasantry comes the cake order form. Some people would feel, it's not everybody that feels, some people see it as a hassle and don't bother filling. So just go ahead to fill and then send back to me. So people are different. Now you need to understand that people are different, okay? So some people will fill the order form. Some people will just say, I want a cake for this. Some people will respond, I don't know anything about this thing you sent to me. Some will say, so whatever it is, people are different. So the next thing I'll be talking about is being able to manage people, manage the behavioral patterns of people, being able to manage humans. So some people could respond and then it's to put you off. Like I think someone has responded to me that she doesn't know anything about what I just sent, or that is something like that. So if it were someone else, it's something that could trigger someone and make the person pissed, like, what is it? I'm trying to do my business here. Can you just simply fill this form? Okay, so it could make you, irritated. People are different. You as a baker, you're also different from the next baker, right? So you need to know how to manage people. It's not something you should get angry over. It's not something you should get fussy over. You should be able to manage emotions. You should be able to manage people. So depending on whatever the person has responded, you can now then go ahead to thank them, and ask for the questions. Probably they missed out something or they did not feel anything. You want to tie all loose ends, right? So you tie all loose ends. You go ahead to ask them, okay, your flavor choices, where is this? If they did not state a specific location, you want to ask a specific location. If they stated for the time for delivery, probably stated morning, you want to ask them, please, what time in the morning? Okay, so don't forget to be cautious, don't forget to be polite, don't forget to manage people's behaviors. Another thing I'll be talking about when it comes to pricing for myself is when they've supplied this information, then I now go ahead to send a price list. Some of them don't even bother with the cake order form. They just ask me, I want an 18 cake, this, what's the price? That is when I go ahead to send a price list. Okay, I have a price list that covers from 8 inches to 10 inches cakes. That's what I do nowadays. Okay, so I don't have the luxury of time. And besides, it's not something that everybody wants. People don't really want that now, especially looking at spending patterns, looking at the economy and everything. So I don't have a pricing. I have it, but I don't include it in my price list when I'm sending to the customer. So I have for just 8 inches and 10 inches. Now, if they ask for something smaller, then I can consider doing it 6 inches, depending. But what I do basically are 8 and 10 inches cakes for now. All right, so I just work with the heights. Now, another thing that helps me when it comes to the cake pricing is that I work with different price tiers. I've talked about this a couple of times. In order of my videos, I have to do with pricing or along, in just random videos. So I have different price tiers so that if you cannot afford this, you can afford this. I just make it flexible. Okay, so you want to make your price list flexible. You want to work with price tiers in terms of the number of layers, in terms of the flavors. Maybe you can just do a single flavor, or if they're going for this price that is not as high as this other price, this could be 2 flavors, this certain price. Let me use numbers. Let me use Naira, Nigerian Naira, all right? So you could say this flavor, for example, 8 inches is 30,000 Naira, but we just have only vanilla and chocolate. You're entitled, or you only have the option of choosing two flavors. But this other one is 45,000 Naira. You have the options of choosing 4 flavors. You have this frosting, you have that frosting. All right, so these are the things that you want to put into consideration when it comes to flexibility. So I allow flexibility. Now, there is the part also of emotional connection. So if, for example, they want a cake with many flavor or 3-4 flavor options, but they are not ready to pay that money, and then you can now come to the part of trying to emotionally connect with them, trying to explain to them, trying to offer other options or see what you can do. This is where your skills as a pro come in. So you talk to them. For me, like I said in the beginning, I do not allow pricing. Like my cakes are set. My prices are not my cakes. My prices are fixed. So like for me, my prices are fixed. Somebody told me 2 days back or something, this one you are standing your ground. Or what did you say? What's the word they use? This one, you're standing your ground and I'm a new customer. I hope you're not going to chase me with something like that. So those are my prices. Like it was like, what's the last price? What are the last price? He wanted to buy 2 cakes. What are the last prices for this cakes? And I said, those are the prices for the cakes. I told him I don't have last price for my cakes. So I don't have the last price for my cakes. My cakes are not things that went like they're not what we call here pepper and tomatoes. They're not things that you go to the market, you want to haggle prices over, you want to begin to drag pricing over, you want to drag the price 3, 4, 5 Naira and all of that. No, my prices are fixed. So that's why I have price tiers. You cannot afford this, then you can afford this. Now, aside me not having, not allowing people, try to haggle or bargain for my prices, I also do not give discounts. I do not give discounts. It's a part of my policy, it's a part of business policy, it's a part of just what I do. I do not give discounts. I mean, things are so expensive these days. That is why I have different price tiers so that you can fit or you can pick what suits your budget. Now, don't get intimidated when people tell you your pricing are so expensive, or your cakes are so expensive, or why is the price so expensive, and they ask you all those funny questions. Just understand that maybe they don't trust you well enough to part with their money. Most likely in most circumstances or most situations, just as we found out over the years, probably they do not have the money to spend. So instead of them to tell you that they don't have or it's beyond their budget, if you will tell you, I've had few customers tell me that it's beyond their budget or beyond what they're looking to spend, and I go ahead to ask for their budget or what range they're looking at. But on the normal, I do not ask for your budget. I do not ask you what's your budget. People have different things that work for them when it comes to pricing. People have different policies and styles. This is my own style. I do not go ahead to ask you first for your budget. I give you my price list, and then if you say it's beyond what you're able to spend, then I ask you what your budget is. budget is or what you're looking to spend. But I do not allow for bargaining on my prices, haggling. I do not give discounts as well. Like I said, there's a part of emotional connection when it comes to your customers. So for example, they don't want to pay what they're supposed to pay for and they want a bigger option. Okay, they want to pay lesser for the bigger or the more pricey or more expensive option. Then you can see how to tell them, oh, you're definitely going to get value for this. I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to make it beautiful for you. I'm going to go this length for you. I'm going to do this for you. This is what I'm going to do for you. This is the value I bring. So you try to emotionally connect with them. Oh, things, you know how things are expensive now are in the market and all of that and all of that. So you try to emotionally connect with them. So this is the process. And then for some of them, they go ahead to then ask for my account details, for payment details. Now this is after we've tied everything. We've tied all the details that have to do with location, delivery location, delivery time, flavors, design, specifications, brief, colors, and all of that. All right, so when we're done with that, so we'll go ahead to ask for payment details, and then when they pay, I would confirm payments, and that is it, to start to process the order. So if you probably do emails, you don't do DM, you do WhatsApp, whatever works for you, it's fine. Just ensure that you're tying all loose ends, and then you're not losing or missing out on these deals. You're not closing the offer. Now negotiation is a skill, is a different skill on its own. But before I talk about that, let me mention that for those that don't ask for account details, I allow them for some time, and then I come back and ask, can I send payment details? Can I send my account details, or can I forward details for payments? And they go, yes, you can send, and then I can send. So because I don't want to look too desperate, or I don't want to look too pushy. Now this is something you don't want to do when you're negotiating prices with your customers. Don't sound too desperate. I've not sold since last week. I've not sold since last month. Things are so expensive. Things are so, customers are not coming, and then you're talking, and then they can sense the desperation. Some of them would take advantage of this. Now you don't want to be too vulnerable. Now, one other thing I want to talk about is confidence. So when you talk with me, or when I'm talking to a customer, whether on the phone or a client, whether on the phone or via DM, WhatsApp chats, you can see the confidence. All right, so I'm confident. I don't sound like I don't know what I'm doing. I don't sound like I'm afraid of losing you. I don't sound like I'm afraid that you will not accept my price and then you will go away. So I sound confident. I sound like a professional. I sound like I know what I'm bringing to the table. So I greet you pleasantly. That's one thing you should do, whether it's on the phone. Sound pleasant, be cheerful when you start the conversation with them. And then as you're talking, be mindful not to sound like you lack confidence. I have a video that talks about how you can build your confidence, or how you can grow your confidence when it comes to your cake business. So that is one thing that is very, very important that I don't want to miss out. Sound confident. Don't sound anything less, because people would want to take advantage. Not everybody, but some people would think, oh, she really doesn't know what she's doing. I'm not sure she can deliver. Or she's sounding this way because she probably doesn't know what this cake should cost, or something like that. So you want to sound confident. Now, sounding confident does not mean sounding bossy, sounding cocky, sounding overconfident, like it's only you, and without you there is nothing else that can, it's not about being overconfident. It's about being confident, sounding like a professional. Now, for any reason, if you're not happy with anything they say, any question they ask, or any point they make, on any reference, maybe comparing you to another person, please try to keep your temper under control. Don't lash out at them. Don't be rude. Don't do tit for tat. Don't go off on them. Don't flare up. Nothing. Just try to keep your emotions under check. Try to keep your emotions under control, and you'll see how to just navigate the negotiation, or just navigate whatever situation or whatever circumstance it is. Please don't lose yourself. Don't lose control of your emotions. Be in charge of the process. Be in charge of the negotiation. Let them know that you are in charge here. Yes, by the way you speak. I'm not telling them to tell you you're in charge. Don't let them call the shots for you. Like I've said in one of my videos, they are not the ones to call the shots. You call the shots. It's your business. It's your pricing. You're the one that knows the time, effort, skill, everything that's involved in executing the job or the cake that they want. So sound like you are in charge and sound confident. Don't let anything make you sound less. Another thing when it comes to negotiation is understanding the person you're talking to, hearing their unspoken words, hearing the things that they don't say. Now, there's some things that they can say that have loads of messages behind it, right? So some of them genuinely want to buy, but they don't have the money to buy. Some of them genuinely want to buy, but they're not having support from their spouses or their partners. Some want to buy, but something is just hindering them, but they don't say it to you. Now it's your duty or your call to be able to decipher, to be able to understand this, their unspoken words, and to be able to connect with them on this level, to be able to see what you can do to ensure that you close this sale. Now, not to drive this further, I believe that I've been able to shed light on this topic, and it's been able to help you to a great deal. Just in case you're not clear, you can drop your questions in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Yes, the video has come to an end. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in my next video, and if you're not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. What are you waiting for? Subscribe to my channel. And please make sure you click on the notification bell so you get notified when I upload a new video. Kindly share this video with those in your caking communities, your caking groups, and also spread the word about us. Once again, please remember that I have a cake baking class coming up. I have a pro online baking course. If you've not signed up for that course, why have you not signed up for that course? Please sign up for those courses. You can take either singles, or you take them in a bundle of 3 or 5. Please sign up for those courses. I promise you, you're going to get value for your money. You're going to enjoy this class with me. So thank you so much for watching. Until I see you in the next video, stay happy, stay safe, and stay blessed.